Hi, welcome to my another video. Today's topic is about how to make an effective presentation. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Balqis Ardiningrum. I'm from English department, class 4A from University of PGRI Madiun. And now, let's move on to the video. First of all, what are you thinking about how to make an effective presentation? Are you confused how to start the presentation, or are you confused to use which media would be perfect for your presentations, and are you confused how to close your presentation? Now I will discuss with you from the beginning: language, voice, visual aids and body language, give and respond a question, ending, and also the bad dreams or things that you have to avoid to make your presentation is effective for yourself and for your audiences. Now, let's start from the beginning. In the beginning, the first thing you need to do is brainstorm the topic. Give a little or a small question about the topic, and that will make your audiences is curious about what are you going to talk about to present your topic. And second one is introduce yourself. Introduce your full name, your class, which department you are, or which universe you are. And the third one is give some rules to your presentation. For example, I will make this presentation is 10 minutes long, including the answer and question sections. And the last thing you need to do is divide the topics into some main several parts. After the beginning, it's the language. And for the language, the things you need to pay attention are: the first one, choose the right diction depending on your event or audiences. For example, you can use the formal diction to formal events, and you can use the non-formal diction to non-formal events, so that the audiences will be enjoy your presentations without being awkward. And in this case, you have to choose what kind of verb that you use. Is it verb ing or verb 1? If you use verb 1, use all verb 1 for your presentations. And if you use verb ing, use all verb ing for your presentations. The second point, make the language is easier to understand by the audiences, and it is not around the bush. So make it straight point for your presentation, make a clear statement for your presentations. And the third point is inform your message clearly, so that your audiences will be understand and catch your point in your presentations. And the next one is visual aids and body language. It's the visual aids and body language. For the visual aids, there are two things that you have to pay attention. The first one is make sure you have an interesting presentations by using any kind of media, such as videos, images, pictures, and also you can use the PowerPoint templates to make your presentation is good looking one. And second point is shows points only, not a long text, and explain the rest of the text or the explanations by yourself. It will make your presentation is a natural presentation. If you make a long text, you will make the audiences bored and they will not catch your points. And for the body language, also there are two things that you have to pay attention. The first one, make sure you have an interaction to the audiences. The first that is you need to do, so the audiences will be pay attention of you two in front of the class. You have to make eye contact, or in this pandemic is using online meetings, right? So you have to look at the camera, not at your presentation. And the second point, perform a natural hand and body movement. Make your body relax, so you can explain clearly, explain fluently, and make sure that your movement is not out with the audiences, so the audience will still can pay attention for your presentation and also your material. Now for the voice, If you want to present an effective presentation, you have to use a loud voice, have a clear and good pronunciation, control your speech rate, and also have confidence. If you want to master all these things, you have to practice often. And if you practice often, you will get used to it and you will have a good presentation to present in front of your class. Now, next one, give and respond a question. Give and respond a question. The first one is give a question. If you an audience, you have to pay attention to this point. The first one is ask when it is time to ask. The second one, give a good question according to the topic. Make sure that your question is in the topic, not out of the topic. The third point is make a clear question, not bashing around the bush. Make a clear statement to your question so that the presenter will understand the question and also they will answer according to your question. And now for the responding a question, the presenter must pay attention to this point. The first point is listen carefully to the question. And second point, confirm again about their question. And the last point is have a good, clear and understandable answer for the question by the audience. So the audiences will not be confused again about the topic. And the next one, the ending. Now for the ending, the first one is make a clear conclusion. Make a clear conclusion that this is your presentation, this is the topics that you have delivered, and this is the result that you want to present to the audiences. And the second one is remind and persuade the audiences that your presentation is a good one. And the last point is give greeting and don't forget to say thank you for the audience's attention. And now let's move on to the last section of this presentation, is the bad dreams or things you need to avoid. Now for the last section is bad dreams or things you need to avoid. There are 7 points that you must pay attention to make your presentation is effective one. The first point is not prepare your presentation material carefully. If you want to make an effective presentation, so you have to prepare carefully about the topics and the material in it. The second one is not come in time or come too late. If you are the presentation or the audiences, you have to come on time or you have to come 15 or 10 minutes before the event started. The third point is stammer during a presentation. The stammer, it will make your presentations not good and the audiences will also be confused if you stammer too much in your presentation. The fourth point is too much reading the script or reading the presentation. This kind of presentations will make your audiences bored and they will not catch any point about your presentation. And the fifth point is not have the interaction with the audiences. This will not make your presentation good because you have to interact with the audiences so the audiences will understand you and you will understand the audiences. So the information that you're presented will be catchable by the audience. And the sixth point is the audiences can't read the text. And you, as the presenter, use a small text on your presentation. This also will make the audience interrupt you as you are presenting, and by interrupting that, you will also lose your concentration to explaining the more material. And the last point, or the seventh point, is you use a small voice and lacks of confidence. This will make your presentation looks bad and this will make your audiences disappointed by your presentations. So make sure avoid these things to make your presentation effective. Practice and practice more to gain confidence, to make your pronunciation clear, and you will have a good voice for presentations. And that's all for today's video about how to make an effective presentation. Like I just said, if you want to make a presentation that is effective or good, you have to make sure that you master these 7 points that I tell you from the beginning: the language, visual aids and body language, voice, give and respond a question, ending, and also avoid the bad dreams. If you do these things, it will make your presentation is good enough to see. And thank you for your attention to this video. Goodbye. See you in another video.